Hi guys, I'm going to show you how to use the content management system on the website. So here I have the website, and in the menu structure to the top right you're going to see login, and I've created a test account for myself. So I'm going to log into that, and once I log in you'll notice instead of saying login it now says test. So when I click on that, I have three options here. I can log out, I can manage the account, or I can manage the site. So I'm going to click on Manage Site. And these are all the areas that I can manage. So you'll see the top option is to log out, or you can go into the various pages. So let me go to the website and I'll show you how this is set up. So you'll notice in this area here, this is kind of the About Us section. The text that you see here does not actually reside on the website. In the background there is scripting there that simply says go find the text that goes in this area, and that text will refer back to one of these areas. So you notice there's one that's called Our Story. Here's one called Prayer Requests. So you'll notice here's Our Story, and Prayer Requests is down here. So the text that you see, again, like this text down here, or any of these other areas, those are individually contained text modules. So let me show you how it all works. So if I go down to the place that says Our Story and I click Manage, I'm going to get this window, and if you can use a Word document, then you can do this. It's pretty much the same. So you have features like boldface, italicize, underline, those kinds of things. But this is not quite what they call WYSIWYG, which is short for what you see is what you get. By that, what I mean is you'll notice after this paragraph, there's a new paragraph starting, but there's not a space in there. Well, the site is set up, the scripting in the site tells it that anytime there's a new paragraph to create a space. So you'll see that that space exists. So there may be a few times where you have to do a little bit in here to kind of move things around. If you copy something from a Word document and you paste it in here, sometimes you'll have to manipulate the formatting a little bit because you're really converting to HTML, so it's not perfect. But I'll give you a couple little tricks here. So if I hit an enter and I type in just some text, okay, I'm going to click save, and now if I come back to this page and refresh it, I'm going to see that there's what I added, and notice it included that space. If you do not want a full paragraph, I'm going back into that area. You don't want a new paragraph, I should say. Then what you can do is go to the previous paragraph, click Shift and Enter. So you're holding Shift down, you hit the Enter button, and now if I put the same thing, and I'll refresh my page, you'll notice it is connected to the paragraph above, so it's not a new paragraph. So that's how you can kind of manage that spacing. Other than that, most things are pretty much what you'd think. They behave the way you would think. So I'm going to backspace up here and then put a full enter in. In fact, I'll actually add a little extra space here. Okay, so let's talk about some other things you might do. So let's say your newsletter, for example. There is a way to upload a newsletter to this space. However, there is limited storage with this system. And so what I would recommend, for a number of reasons, but what I would recommend is you create your newsletter and then you upload it to your Google Drive. You have unlimited storage in your Google Drive. The other good thing about that is if you have a lot of other options when you're sharing stuff, how you want to share it and everything. We could talk about how to do that out of Google. But it also allows you to share from a collaborative standpoint. You can share with others within the church. So rather than boring you with all that, let me just show you how it would work. So let's say I have let's just say it's a URL. So, let me back up a little bit. I've created a newsletter and I get the URL for that newsletter. I then highlight what I want here. I click this little link button. I then enter the URL here, something like that. And then this says open in the current frame or the current window. Usually when you have a link, unless you're linking to another page within the site, in this case, this would be a newsletter outside of the site, you want to tell it to open in a new window. The reason you do that is because it'll open a new tab up here, and people don't have to hit the back arrow to get back to the website. And that's really all you need to do there. So I would hit insert, I would save it. Now go back here, and here's my link. And when I click on it, you notice it's taking me out to CNN. I use CNN as an example because it's a very short URL. Okay, so let's go back into our area here. I'm going to go ahead and take this out. And now what we're going to do is we're going to insert, I'm going to cut, make sure there's no link there. Let me just erase these spaces so it doesn't get confused. Okay. All right. Now I want to insert a picture. So I'm going to click on this insert image. Now it's going to ask you for the image from a list. Now right now I've uploaded one image, and that's this one here. So what I'm going to do, let's assume it's another image that I want. I'm going to click on upload file. I'm going to choose the file I want, and I'm going to navigate within my computer and find the particular image. So I don't know. Let's just do, here, we'll do that. So that's an image. I'll hit open, and then I'll hit upload because I've identified the file I want to upload. Now I'm going to tell it to upload. Now I'm going to insert that image. It is now in the list here. So I can click the down arrow here, and I see two images. So I'll go ahead and click that one. That's the one I chose. This is going to be a very big image, and I'll hit insert. It's now in that space. But let's just assume that I don't want that image because that is a huge image. Okay. So let's do it again. I'm going to click insert image. I don't have to upload a file. I'm going to go ahead and choose this one here. I have a Bichon and I love to cook, so I picked that image. That's not really my dog. Once I hit save, then if I go back to our website and refresh, you'll see there's the image that we just put in there. And once again, if we don't want it, then I can simply delete it and we're good to go. It's the same format if you want to insert or embed media, so like a video or something like that. If you want to change the color of text, you would click on this button here and choose your color. Sometimes, most of the time it'll work. Sometimes it depends on where you're at, and it just has to do with the way the scripting is set up. So if you're using a certain header style, it may force a certain color. You'll kind of see that as you go. But all the colors are designed to be to match with the website, anything that is a forced color. Otherwise, you can change it to whatever the color you want. About the only other thing I can think of is sometimes, like, let's say you copy something from a Word document and you're getting ready to paste it. If you click here, and you're saying paste from Word, and it does a little better job of formatting that based on HTML, but it's not always perfect. You may just have to kind of work with it. So I think those are most of the things you'll need to do. This is your left justification, center, right justification. So I think that's pretty much everything you need to know. You can play with some of these other things like inserting a horizontal line or something, but most of the time you don't need that. This is typically just about whatever you're going to need, just the stuff I went through. So if you have any specific questions about any of the other stuff, just let me know. I'm going to save this so now it's back to the way it originally was. And once again, if you go through here, you'll see these are all those different areas. We do have the prayer request area. We have a newsletter area. And you'll notice here are the newsletters. So when you have April's, again, you'll probably type in April. You'll highlight it, click your link button, and you'll enter the URL for where it resides in Google Drive. And what I will do is create another video for you to show you how to share a document that's in Google Drive. And when you do that, like with a newsletter, you'll probably want to save it as a PDF because that's a universal file. If you saved it as, let's say, a Word document, a person would not be able to open it up on a phone or an iPad or something like that because they don't have Word installed. So, so again, usually you're going to want a PDF document. All right. Yep, it's pretty simple. If you have any questions, like I said, just let me know. You guys have a great day.